You're a fucking loser. You live in your mom's basement. You probably have a 2-inch cock. You sound like a white guy.
Congratulations.
For what?
You said you got a girlfriend.
You're probably a virgin.
So that's a no for Netflix and chill?
Fuck you.
So I'm curious. Tell me about your show. What do you talk about?
I talk about how women ain't shit.
Oh.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharp, and welcome to the 570th edition of TSR Live, your daily dose of red-pilled truth, wisdom, and awareness. We are brought to you by Gorilla Mind Rush, the #1 non-habit-forming energy and focus supplement on the market. Be hyper-productive and laser-focused for hours with zero crash and zero jitters. Support your productivity and support the show by going to donovansharp.com/Gorilla Mind Rush to get your hands on a bottle or 226. As I read the chat. We are streaming live to YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, VK, and OK.ru. So however you're watching, wherever you're watching from, thank you for making the Sharp Reality Live a part of your daily routine. It is Tuesday, March 10th of 2020. Of course, it is bowling night here at the Sharp family compound. Certainly looking forward to that. I shot a 546 series last week, which was disappointing, even though that was an average of 182. I'd actually gotten a fair amount of practice. And of course, you guys know I like to talk about bowling just to give guys a few minutes to get in here and get this party started here. But I'd gotten a lot of good practice in. It was kind of disappointing because my first two games were abysmal. But I bounced back and salvaged the night with a 233. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on a second. I'm going to adjust my camera here. It looks like my camera's got to be adjusted a little bit here. There we are. Much more like it. All right, there we go. Very minor in-show production adjustments there. Hopefully that doesn't keep me completely and totally off the screen. If it does, it is what it is. So naturally, because, I want to have a better week, I actually practiced even more this week. And bowling, I think between, I would say like 18 and 20 games over about a 3-day period. But I made a discovery, actually, that made me feel like a fucking idiot. And this is actually quite funny, guys. Stay here with me as we wait for guys to come in. All 3 days I practiced. The first 3-4 games, I'm money in the bank, okay? I'm shooting 200s back to back to back, smoking the pins. But I always struggled during the last 3 or 4 games, and I couldn't really figure out why. For whatever reason, my ball wasn't breaking like it should be. You understand what I mean? It didn't have that last second late breaking action that makes the pins explode. Listen, I thought it was my bowling glove. I thought maybe it was fatigue. I had no idea. So Sunday, I think after my 5th or 6th game, I'm going through the same drop-off. 163, 171. Ball still not breaking like it should. And I ran my fingers across the surface of the ball, and it was still a little bit oily. Nothing out of the ordinary there, because the ball is going to pick up oil the longer you bowl. You clean your ball after every shot, you adjust, and so on and so forth. But I was noticing that I wasn't getting as much oil off the ball as I thought I was. Then it dawned on me. Number one, I needed to wash my chamois, the cloth that I used to wipe down my ball before every shot, because it was oil soaked. And number two, the reason my ball was losing its hyper-reactive hook is because the more games you bowl, the more oil your ball absorbs. Imagine that, right? At some point, your cloth and your ball are going to be both oil soaked to the point that no matter how much you wipe it down, your ball isn't really going to have the same action in Game 7 as it did in, say, Game 1. So I checked my scores over the last few days, and the line of demarcation was around the middle of the 3rd game. And that's when it hit me. The surface of my ball is going to perform the way it should for about 2.5 to 3 games. Now, I was actually thinking about buying, maybe 1 or 2 more identical balls to make sure that I have a perfectly clean ball to maximize my scores. And I actually just might do that. But before I take that measure, I'm going to try a new ball cloth tonight. It's got some leather in it. It's supposed to really clean my ball a lot better. So maybe my ball will have that maximum hyper hooking action from the first frame of game 1 to the 10th frame of game 3. So we'll see how that happens. We'll see how that works out. Anyway, so enough of my boring stories about bowling. And again, you guys, I know you guys don't give a shit about this, but I do this on purpose to allow people to tune in, get into the chat. I know a lot of guys come in and say, what did I miss? What the fuck? I missed the part of the show. So I try to fill up the air for the first few minutes to give guys a chance to get in here and listen from the start. By the way, shout out. A big shout out goes to a new Manosphere channel that I've just discovered. And I think he's probably been around for a while. But he goes by the name of Joker, and his channel on YouTube is called Better Bachelor. Again, that's Better Bachelor. Just look it up, Better Bachelor. He calls himself Joker. It's funny, as a moniker, I've got a face for radio and a voice for print. And listen, I actually listened to this guy. I've actually listened to him for about a week now. This guy knows exactly what he's talking about. He is as red pill aware as any other red pill content creator. So if you're looking for more content, if you're looking for just, more of an arsenal, more knowledge to kind of go with your already, hyperactive red pill knowledge and game and all that good stuff, Better Bachelor is definitely where you should go. Every once in a while, I'll try to give you guys different YouTube channels that I have found, and Better Bachelor appears to be it's a good channel. They actually shouted out Aaron Clary, who I like a lot. He wrote the book Bachelor Pad Economics. Hopefully, I'll be getting up with him when I do my event in Reno this fall. So we'll see how that goes. But again, Better Bachelor. Just look it up, Better Bachelor. And he's got an ocean of content, guys. You guys can listen to him forever. He really is very similar to me in the way we do our content and break things down. I would probably characterize Joker as a calmer version of Donovan Sharp. You guys know me, I'm boisterous and I'm loud and I swear and I'm all over the place, but Joker is very, very, he's very calm, very reserved, very measured, very controlled. He has much more frame control than your boy. Like, I have no frame. I have no control over anger. He seems to be very, very measured. So if you're looking for a little bit less of an adrenaline rush, but you're looking for the same content, Better Bachelor is definitely going to be the way to go. Okay, let's get right to it. A while back, I did a video called 5 Signs She's Damaged Beyond Repair. These signs aren't red flags, they are black flags, as in stay the hell away from these chicks at all costs. Unless you have airtight pimp hand game, there is no need to even sleep with these broads, not even for a one-night stand. Leave them alone. Leave them for the men who know how to handle them, meaning fuck them and chuck them, pass her to the next dude, rinse and repeat. I also discussed a few red flags, which means proceed with caution. I talked about the fact that these days, red flags don't necessarily mean she's damaged beyond all repair, but it is extremely difficult to make a woman with multiple red flags suitable for a long-term relationship, and that if she has too many red flags, sex is all they're good for. Red flags are also synonymous with signs that a woman is promiscuous, signs that she's a slut. If she shows cleavage at work, she sleeps around. If she has a drinking problem, she sleeps around. If she has a tattoo, she definitely sleeps around. If she works out at a meathead gym, she sleeps around. I've got a list of 16 signs any given female is promiscuous, and I've written a book that details each and every one of them, and you guys can get it absolutely free at donovansharp.com/newsletter. Anyway, as important as it is to recognize the physical and circumstantial signs of promiscuity, it is equally important to recognize the body language of a woman who sleeps around, but herein lies the challenge. It is often very difficult to distinguish the body language of a girl who actually wants to sleep with you and the body language of a girl who is just teasing you. A girl who's just using you for free drinks. A girl who's using you for just attention. Cock teasers, gentlemen, are women who either have no intention of sleeping with you, or they're women who are extremely selective about the men that they sleep with. These women tend to be the 8s, 9s, and 10s of the world. Okay, these are the kinds of women who more or less recognize that they can get with higher quality, higher value guys and will not allow themselves to settle for an average or below average dude to sleep with. Now, don't get it twisted, guys. I don't want you guys to mistake me here. These girls fuck around too. These girls are sluts too. Hot girls tend to surround themselves with high caliber, high value guys, and these high value guys will pass these sluts around just like the average guys pass around 6s and 7s. But because the percentage of high value men is comparatively low, these girls don't find themselves around high value guys as often as one might think. But they still need that steady stream of attention and validation, and this is when they decide to go into cock tease mode. Understand this, gentlemen. 9s and 10s don't compare themselves to 6s and 7s. They compare themselves to 9s and 10s. And because of this, they are notoriously insecure. So what they do to quell that insecurity is they seek out the validation they need by putting themselves in the company of average to below average men if there are no other high value men around or available. So they find themselves at bars, clubs, parties, and so forth, getting attention from every person with a Y chromosome and a smile with absolutely zero intention of hooking up with, sleeping with them. And these are what we call teasers. Some people call them cock teasers. Sometimes they just call them a tease. Teasers attempt to mimic a lot of the promiscuous, slutty behaviors, but because they know they won't sleep with you, their hard drives won't allow them to give off those no doubt about it signals that they are genuinely aroused by you. Now, on the other hand, girls who actually want to sleep with you, they can't help themselves. They can't help themselves. They'll be shooting off IOIs, and if you're adept at recognizing these indicators of interest, as they're called, you run standard game, get the booty, rinse and repeat. Cock teasers also look a lot like girls who sleep around. Guys, there are plenty of 9s and 10s with tattoos, green hairs, eyebrow rings, and so forth. So again, it can be very difficult to tell the difference between a woman who's going to let you fuck and a woman who will make you think that you can fuck, pardon me, and know that they'll never let you. Let me repeat that. It can be very difficult in this day and age to tell the difference between a woman who will actually let you fuck her and a woman who will make you think that you can fuck her but knows she never will. So now the question is, well, how can you tell the difference between a woman who's just flirting with you to get validation, who has no intention of sleeping with you, and a female who will sleep with you if you run the right brand of game? Well, gentlemen, it's all in the body language. It's all in the nonverbal cues. And that is what I'm going to educate you boys on today. So let's go ahead and get started here. The first thing that we have to establish is that, yes, all girls sleep around. But they're not all created equally, guys. Not all sluts are created equally. Different promiscuous girls are motivated by different things and to different degrees. Some girls will let you fuck them if you look, act, sound, or smell like her ex-boyfriend. Basically, you remind her of her ex, she gets turned on, and she fucks you. Some girls will let you fuck them. Some girls let you fuck them if you're a man with a pulse. Most women will let you fuck them if you run airtight game. But then there's some girls who only let men of value have sex with them. And these are the girls who love the attention and the validation without giving up the ass. These are the girls who will run up a tab at a bar who give you the impression that she'll sleep with you if you just keep feeding her drinks. The teasers, the cock teasers. And that's what this episode is about. Learning to tell the difference between a tease and a woman who will actually sleep with you. And I've got 6 main things to look for. And keep in mind, guys, keep in mind, the information I'm about to give you is also found in Chapter 5, Section 7 of my 25-hour instructional course, How to Master the Game. Chapter 5 is next level game, guys. Chapter 5 is next level game. So today's episode is going to give you guys sort of a glimpse into this particular course. So you can see the kind of valuable information you're going to get when you get the course. So let's go ahead and get this party started. Tip number 1. Do not look at her outfit. Look at her eyes. We all know that slutty women wear tight, skimpy, slutty outfits. They wear low-cut blouses. They wear short skirts or one-piece mini skirts that look like they were painted on. They wear heels. And by the way, the heels that girls are wearing in public now are starting to resemble stripper heels, guys. I had a consultation client of mine tell me recently that he actually sees girls with clear stripper heels, the elevated stilettos, those kinds of heels in red and pink, wearing them in public during the day. And I'm like, wait a minute, you're talking about like the clear, see-through, clear heels that strippers, hoes, whatever. He's like, yeah. Dude, they were the pink heels, they were the red heels, like they were wearing stripper heels in public. I wouldn't be surprised if they started wearing them at work. Hashtag me too. Anyway, cock teasers also wear these kinds of clothes. They look like they're looking for the D, but they're not. They're just looking for a sucker to buy her drinks so she can get drunk, then go home and text the guy she really wants to sleep with, who may or may not be married, but he drives a Range Rover and has a vacation home in Newport Beach, so he's got a high enough value to give up the booty to. So when you're at the club or the bar, or at a party, or wherever else you are, and you're talking to a woman who could easily be mistaken for maybe an escort, take your eyes off of her tits and her ass for a half a second and watch those eyes, guys. A cock tease will watch your mouth and hang on your every word. Let me repeat this. A cock tease, a woman who does not want to sleep with you, will watch your mouth and hang on to your every word. What she's hoping to do is she's hoping to catch something you say to make a flirtatious or witty comment to give you the impression that she is aroused by you, that she wants to sleep with you. A girl who actually wants you to fuck her, she's not going to do that. Girls who actually want you to fuck them, they don't listen intently to everything you say. They'll laugh every now and again to show you that she's engaged, but that's about it. Because the truth be told, if you've run the proper game, she stopped listening a long time ago. And at this point, all she's thinking about is you butt fucking her in the hotel lobby, and hopefully nobody can see that. But while a cock tease will look at your mouth, a girl who actually wants to have sex with you will look you in the eye and hold that eye contact. She doesn't care what you're saying, guys. She doesn't give a shit about what you're saying. Because at this point, she's trying to tell you with her eyes, please suggest that we go back to your place to look at the vintage record collection I know you lied about so I can feel better about letting you pull my thong to the side and butt fuck me on your couch. To review, a cock tease will watch your mouth. A true slut, a woman who really wants to sleep with you, will watch your eyes. Never forget that. Number 2. Ignore the dance floor. Watch the bar. If you're at a club, small club or a bar, and you're looking to get a girl back to your place, your natural inclination is, of course, to scout the dance floor to see what kind of talent's out there. Now, inevitably, you'll see hot girls, dressed to next to nothing out on the dance floor. They're moving around, they're gyrating like strippers, dancing in a seductive sexual nature like they all do. If you watch closely, gentlemen, if you watch very closely, the average to above average girls are dancing in groups. But the hot ones who look like they're trying to make it rain, they go solo. They dance by themselves. The super hot 9s and 10s who are dressed like strippers, dressed like quasi-porn stars, they're not dancing in groups. They dance by themselves. This is by design, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. Pay attention. Typically, what happens, dudes will eyeball these hot chicks dancing solo, and they'll start honing in on their targets. They go out there, they start dancing with the girl and having a good time, but guess what? Eventually, that solid 9 with what looks like fake tits, eventually she's going to hit you with the, I'm thirsty. Let's go get a drink. And if you comply and buy her a drink, she's got you right where she wants you. You think to yourself, oh my God, I can't believe the smoking hot 9, possibly a 10 when I get my beer goggles on, is having drinks with me. But what you don't know is that you will never see that up underneath she's wearing granny panties because she's not trying to fuck you. Nah, She's going to wait until she's good and drunk so she can go home, put on a G-string, and call Kevin and Sales to come over and pound her brains out. Guys, I've been clubbing so many times, it's ridiculous. And I can tell you unequivocally that I have never, ever taken a hot girl home that I approached on the dance floor ever. I'm going to say that again. I, Donovan Sharp, have never, ever taken a hot girl home, this is an 8, a 9, or a 10, that I approached on the dance floor ever. The hot girl dancing like a stripper all by herself is simply trying to mimic the mating call of a female who wants sex. But trust me when I tell you, it is a facade. Oh, sure, she'll lead you to the bar and let you buy her a $17 Cosmo. But guess what happens after you buy her that drink? As soon as she has that drink in her hand, what does she do? She rushes back out onto the dance floor knowing that you will follow. You need a return on your investment. She knows you're going to follow. She now knows you are now 17 to 20 bucks in with tip because you didn't want to look like a cheapskate, so you told the bartender to keep the change. Right? And you're not about to let your investment just up and leave, right? You just paid 20 bucks for a drink, so you follow her, just like she knows you will. But Donovan, why would she rush back out onto the dance floor if she's looking to get drunk on your dime? Why is she so in the mood to dance if she's looking to get drunk for free? Well, easy. You can't run game on the dance floor, gentlemen. You can't have a conversation with anyone on the dance floor. Everybody's moving, the music is loud, it's crowded. Contrary to popular belief, the dance floor is not an environment conducive to sexual escalation. You got a lot of wannabe PUAs, got a lot of wannabe pickup artists, guys who just tell stories that they've heard from other people, talking about, yeah, I pulled this bitch on the dance floor, I pulled her and fucked her in the bathroom. They're lying. The dance floor is not an environment conducive to sexual escalation. You can grind on her all you want, guys. But trust me when I tell you, that's not going to lead anywhere but back to the bar when she's finished with her drink. The hot girl, the 9 or the 10 that's dancing by herself, she knows you can't escalate on the dance floor, so that's where she camps out. And she never dances face to face. Oh, by the way. Oh, no. She's never going to dance face to face, guys. She'll shake her ass and she'll let you gawk at it. But she will never, ever give you an opportunity to talk to her. And that's because she will never sleep with you. The girls who are actually looking to hook up, they're at the bar. They're at the bar waiting for someone to approach them. They're looking for the one-night stand. These girls don't waste time on the dance floor waiting for some sweaty douchebag to shimmy up behind her with some cheesy pickup line. The girls who are looking to get pounded out know that the men who have real game are at the bar, not out at the dance floor. Like the cock teasers, these girls know the bar is a great place to have conversation, make out, and escalate sexually. And if things get really hot, then she'll lead you to the dance floor, where she'll grind her ass on your junk, then turn around so you can grab it and shove your tongue down her throat, which is exactly what she wants. I've done this many times. So to review, a cock tease will rarely leave the dance floor. Girls who are actually looking to fuck rarely leave the bar. Tip number 3. Pay less attention to her eyes, pay more attention to her lips. Now, you guys remember in number 1, I said, don't look at her outfit, look at her eyes. Okay? That was within the context of her presentation. Right? Now we're gonna compare the eyes to the lips. Pay attention to her eyes, pay more attention to her lips. Eyes are the windows to our souls. We've all heard that, right? We always talk about a woman's eyes. I've talked in the past about how Juliet's eyes look completely devoid of life, completely hollow, completely empty. By the way, Juliet is the girl who loved being used as a toilet sexually. Like, this girl loved rough, abusive, degrading sex. I've also talked about how Tatiana's eyes were a sky blue and were the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen in my life, to this day. Tatiana's the Ukrainian girl who took me for a ride a while back when I was in Vegas. I found out I was the side dude, not the main dude. Hard pill to swallow. That heartbreak was almost as bad as the heartbreak with Amy. Anyway. Most women enhance their eyes with makeup before going out. Okay, that's par for the course. Okay, but some women treat their eyes like works of art, guys. Listen, carefully applied eyeshadow, eyeliner, mascara, the whole nine. Would you like to know why? Because the eyes get that special attention from guys. Even players who are looking to just fuck, we look at a woman's eyes a lot more than we realize. Yes, we look at her tits and we look at her ass, right? But her eyes are a very close third. Lips are another area. Pay attention to. But here's the difference. Here's the difference. I said pay less attention to her eyes, more attention to her lips. Here's the difference. Cock teasers pay much more attention to their eyes than their lips. Cock teasers want men to see their souls to bypass that common sense that she's not looking to hook up. On the other hand, girls who are looking to fuck give almost all of their attention to their lips. These girls, the genuine sluts who want to fuck you, they are keenly aware that lips are primary sexual features and that eyes are secondary sexual features. Again, lips are primary sexual features, eyes are secondary sexual features, guys. Anybody who's mastered body language can tell you this. If MLD were up, I'm sure he would probably sign off on this. I speak to a woman's alleged innocence, a woman's alleged chastity and character. Lips, on the other hand, speak to a woman's sexual allure. Nothing more. Girls who sleep around throw on a little eyeliner, maybe a dash of eyeshadow for that smoky look like she sees on the Maybelline commercial. But their lips get all the attention, gentlemen. They've got to have the perfect color. They've got to have that lip liner to make their lips look plumper, more voluptuous. All of which they drag me to your room, pour vodka down my throat, and violate me in the worst way. Most people don't know, by the way, that lipstick was used first by prostitutes during the Roman Empire. Yeah, that's right. Little history lesson there. They did this to make their mouths resemble vaginas, which got more attention from more potential customers. Bright red lips at a club or a bar is the equivalent of Commissioner Gordon turning on the bat signal. A cock tease will pay more attention to her eyes. A girl who will actually fuck you pay more attention to their lips. And if the girl with the red lips is also wearing a choker, she's literally 2 drinks and maybe 15 minutes of push-pull game from wrapping those rosy reds around your you-know-what in the club bathroom. And by the way, nightclub bathroom blowjobs are absolutely the fucking best. Trust me on that one. Trust me on that one. Woo! Ay, ay, ay. Oh, and by the way, do it in the women's bathroom. Never ever get a blowjob by a girl in the men's bathroom. Right? You got guys standing around the stall. Does she get her dick sucked? Dude, you get a blowjob at a woman's bathroom in a club, dude. Bitches know what's going on. Dude, one time I was getting my dick sucked, some dude in another stall was getting his dick sucked. And the girls that are in the bathroom, they're not looking around like, ooh, what's happening? No, these bitches know exactly what the fuck is going on. Yep. They're in stall number 3. I blew the hot nightclub DJ in stall number 3 last week. Hey, let me know when you guys are done. I got a dude out here. I want to suck his dick. You guys think I'm fucking around? Real talk. That's how this stuff works. in the men's bathroom, don't get your dick sucked in the men's bathroom. All kinds of questions and eyeballs, dude. You go to a woman's bathroom, get your dick sucked in a club bathroom at a woman's bathroom, dude. They're just dude. You may as well be washing your hands. It's that normal. Little next level game there. Oh, shout out to MLD. He is in this motherfucker. Yes, March 26th through March 30th is enrollment to, I think, quarter four of the body language mastery. I'll have MLD on very, very soon to discuss that. All right, number 4 of this next level game. Tip number 4. Do not look for harmony. Look for chaos. When a bunch of cock teasers go to the club looking to score free drinks all night, there's usually peace, agreeableness, and tranquility. They're all standing or dancing together, giggling, making catty little comments in their happy little group without a care in the world. But every once in a while, a marginally less attractive friend decides to tag along. And this has the potential to light a match and blow the whole night up. I'm going to tell you why. The truth is, guys, is better than 9 times out of 10 cock teasers, okay? And girls who actually sleep around, they cannot coexist. Let me repeat that. Cock teasers, girls who are selective about who they fuck, they do not get along with girls who are indiscriminate. In other words, 9s and 10s don't get along with 6s and 7s, guys. At least not in harmony. Girls who sleep around look at the cock teasers like spoiled brats who get the hookup with all the guys who are worth 6 figures, all the guys who drive sports cars, all the guys who whisk them away for weekends at the beach or in wine country. Girls who get passed around, the regular sluts who get passed around by average dudes, those girls are extremely envious of the hot girls who get all the best guys out there. Even when they're friends with these girls, there's always an undercurrent of jealousy and envy. Now, on the other side of that coin, the cock teasers, the 9s and 10s, they view these subpar 6 and 7 sluts as homewreckers who will stop at nothing to steal their boyfriends or husbands and blow up their relationship and their marriages. They're 100% right. 6s and 7s who are sluts are notorious homewreckers, guys. So if you see a group of hot girls together, don't waste your time. If you see a group of 6s and 7s together, you're a little more likely to have success, provided that you roll with a solid wingman who can, of course, identify the mother hen, also known as the gatekeeper or the cock blocker. As long as you've got a wingman who can recognize the mother hen and neutralize her while simultaneously entertaining the other girls to clear the path between you and your target, you're good to go. But if you see a couple of girls, and just think about this, we've all been to the club. If you see a couple of girls arguing or involved in some sort of drama, guys, you can bet the farm that one of them is a cock tease, the other one is a slut. This is going to do 9 times out of 10, this is true. Okay? The slut, the one that's not the cock tease, the one that's actually looking for cock, she'll be the one who's a little less attractive than the other one. She'll be the one whose lips are a little bit brighter. She'll be the one whose skirt is a little bit shorter. Now, after their little dust up, they're going to separate for a little while. The cock tease goes to the bathroom, and the slut will end up at the bar, where you'll be waiting because you're not wasting time on the dance floor approaching the 9s and 10s who are trying to lure you to run up an $85 tab. So you approach the slut, you say, hey, tonight's your lucky night. You get to buy me a drink, but I got to warn you, I'm a bit of a drama queen myself. At that moment, when you tell her that you're a bit of a drama queen yourself, she'll know that you saw her arguing with her hot friend. And if she smiles, gentlemen, it's a wrap. I've done this a half a dozen times, no less. Bitches are always fighting at the club. And anytime, and again, this is next level red pill game. If you see bitches arguing or fighting at the club, their sexual market values are never the same. One is hot, the other is not. It's that simple, guys. Now, of course, all girls at the club look hot, especially when they're dressed like strippers. But if there's ever sort of a verbal or even, dare I say, a physical altercation between two females, one is a 9 or a 10, one's a 6 or a 7. Take that to the bank. I have personally used this technique many, many times. I'll spot an argument between two girls, right? I'll just kind of peep it out, post up at the bar. When they go their separate ways, I'll approach the one who ends up at the bar. And I've converted, I think, 2 or 3. So I'm like 2 for 6, maybe 3 for 6, right? So I'm about 50% of these. And again, half of those approaches, I turned into first night lays, same day lays. This technique is very effective, but you have to know exactly what you're looking for and how to spot them. Tip number 5. And oh, by the way, I'm going to go ahead and open up the phone lines here. Tip number 5, I'm going to open up the phone lines here. 914-205-5356. If you have game questions, pickup questions, etc., if you have stories, whatever the case may be, I'll make this an open forum. You guys can tell me your stories. Yesterday, I wanted to keep it on topic. Today, I'll be a little bit more liberal. 914-205-5356. That's the number to call. Tip number 5. Nipples, not cleavage. We all make the mistake. Understandably so, but we all make the mistake of paying attention to a girl's tits when you're chatting her up, right? Listen, a lot of veteran players still do this, and they still don't realize they're potentially costing themselves a lot of time and a lot of money. Now, I know you guys are probably thinking, but Donovan, everybody stares at a girl's tits, right? Listen, 100%, you're getting no argument for me. But here's where you can separate yourself from the rest of the players, guys. Just because a girl shows cleavage doesn't necessarily mean she's looking to fuck. Every tease, every cock tease shows cleavage. Of course they do. They know it's going to get them more attention. They know it's like a beacon drawing men into her orbit who will be under her spell as soon as she smiles at him or bats those carefully crafted eyes to give him a look into her pure and innocent soul. But the mark of a woman who is looking to fuck whoever runs the right game found a few inches below the cleavage. If you're running airtight game and a girl is really feeling you, she's going to start to entertain thoughts of sex. Now, at this point, most of them will shit test you because they feel their nether region starting to moisten up. Par for the course, standard operating procedure. At this point, they'll almost always say, I'm not sleeping with you tonight. At which point you can smile and say, I can't believe you said that. I'll have you know I'm saving myself for marriage. When she laughs, and she will, pay attention to her nipples. You have to have that wherewithal, presence of mind. She was already turned on by you guys. That's why she deployed the shit test in the first place. But your witty reply will wet her panties, but you won't be able to see the proof for obvious reasons. But what also happens is that her nipples harden. And if you are paying attention, you will see that her nipples are standing at attention. Guys, I'm here to tell you. Unless you're standing outside with her in sub-freezing temperatures, there is no other physical indicator as accurate as a woman's hardened nipples. Either she's wearing a bra, and most girls don't, when they're with their girlfriends for girls' night out. Those bad boys will poke right through to reveal themselves and betray her attempt at feigning disinterest. If her nipples are hard, she wants you to fuck her hard, and that's all there is to it. Way too many guys miss the surefire, bona fide indicator that a girl wants to fuck you. Again, guys, I know it's hard not to look at her tits because let's face it, tits are awesome, right? Who doesn't love tits? Who doesn't love boobs? But if you can will yourself to divert your eyes away from her cleavage for just a few seconds and pay close attention to her nipples, you'll know whether or not she's thinking about going home with you. The moment you see her nipples poke through her dress or whatever cloth she's wearing over her tits, close your tab immediately and ask her my place or yours. Number 6, my sixth and final tip. And this is Jedi level, next level game. If she wants to fuck, her hands are always moving. Again, guys, this requires a mild level of restraint, which isn't easy because we're men, okay? We love hot females' bodies. We do. We love nice tits. We love shapely asses. When a girl walks by in a skirt so short you can see her kidney, if she bends over, and a blouse so low you can almost see the top of her nipple, you're going to look. This is just who we are. Then when she passes by, rather, your instinct is to look at her ass when she passes by. Okay, standard operating procedure. We got to make sure she's bangable. If she passes that test, you make your way over to talk to her. Once again, guys, try to keep your eyes off her tits and pay attention to her hands. Pay attention, guys. Listen up. If she's a cock tease, her hands will be at her side. Her hands will be motionless. Women who aren't turned on, women who are not hot and bothered, will be physically stoic, meaning their hands won't be active at all. Her hands will remain at her side, or they'll be very, very still, or very little movement. You could be running solid game, but because you're not that ultra high value 6-figure sports car driving Kevin in sales she hopes to have anal sex with later on, she decided she wasn't sleeping with you or anybody else that night. Because of that, she's not going to be turned on. Of course, she'll let you buy her drinks, but you're not going home with her. But if you're dealing with a woman who is genuinely turned on by you, her hands will be all over the place, guys. She'll touch her chest. She'll touch her arm. She'll touch her neck. She'll play with her hair. She'll play with her necklace. She won't be able to contain herself, guys. This is a subconscious behavior. Understand this, gentlemen. And a lot of guys get delusional. Well, I know that I didn't see any IOIs, but I think she might still be turned on by me. No, shut the fuck up with that. Girls cannot act turned on if they're not turned on any more than a man can get an erection looking at a woman he's not aroused by. Let me say that again. Girls cannot act turned on if they're not turned on. Just the same way that a man can't get an erection looking at a fat girl. It can't be done. The signs of female arousal, gentlemen, literally run on autopilot. And no matter how much women try to hide their arousal or lack thereof, their body language will give it away. Their body language always betrays them. If a woman is not turned on by you, she's not going to be able to touch you. She can't bring herself to do it no matter how much she wants to fake it. But when she wants you between her legs, she won't even realize she's touching you until you pull her hair and pull her in to make out. Pay attention to her hands, gentlemen. If her hands are active, she is turned on by you. If they're not, do not waste your time with her. In the end, guys, there are no absolutes. Right? I think we all know this. I've slept with a few girls on the first night whose eyes were caked in eyeshadow and mascara, and then I've struck out with girls whose lips are as red as Devin's ass after I've smacked it 5 times. Yes, I have fucked with a small number of hot girls I approached on the dance floor. Matter of fact, no, I never have. I have never. I've approached girls on the dance floor, like at nightclubs and bars, and I'll get close, but I've never ever fucked a girl that I approached the very first time dancing. I've approached girls at the bar, been onto the dance floor, but I can't remember a time where I approached a girl for the first time or the first time I talked to a girl on the dance floor that I got back home. I don't think I've ever done that. Okay? Now, does it happen? I'm sure there are guys out there who have approached girls on the dance floor and got them home to fuck them. Never happened to me. It doesn't happen often, but it's not impossible. Now, on the other hand, I have ended up with blue balls with women I've approached at the bar. There are exceptions to the rule, yes, but it can happen every once in a blue moon if the conditions are right and the stars are aligned in your favor. Every once in a while, we just get lucky, guys. Listen, I've slept with a few girls who've admitted to me that they were nervous when I approached them, and that explained why their hands are so still. I'm like, okay, her hands are still, she's not turned on. I ended up fucking her that night, right? Oh, I was so intimidated by you. You're so loud and boisterous and, your body and this and that and the other. I was kind of intimidated. Okay, that makes sense. The fact of the matter is, guys, is that game trumps all. Game swings the odds in your favor. That's not to say that it gives you an advantage over women, because in the sexual marketplace, women will always have the advantage because they'll always have more options than we do. But if you want to avoid wasting time with uninterested girls, while at the same time increasing your chances with girls who are looking for a reason to fuck you, pay attention to the things that most men don't. Their body language, their eyes, their lips, their hands. While these things aren't the end-all be-all, based on my personal experience, you cannot go wrong by at least keeping this stuff in mind when you're out talking to girls. All right, we got a few callers on the line. 914-205-5356. Again, that is 914-205-5356. Celinino. I'll get to your question in just a second. Area code 202. You're on live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? My name is Carlton.
Your name is Carlton?
Yes, sir, Carlton.
All right, Carlton, how you doing, man?
Fresh Prince.
Excellent.
What's up, man? Listen, I enjoy your show. I enjoy your views, man. You speak nothing but facts, but I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Here's a quick story. I asked a girl out one time. I was interested, right? And she told me to be patient. So me being a blunt person, I just came out and said, what the fuck does that mean? Like, I just asked you a yes or no question. Do you want to go out?
Right.
So she said, good things come to those who wait. So I said, well, wait a minute. I've been waiting this long to ask you out. So when the fuck you won't come? So she just gave me this sort of look on my face. I was like, if you're not interested, why don't you just say so? And she was like, how you know I'm not interested? And what you just
See
said
that?
about the hands, I said, yeah,
Yep.
you feel, your hands are not moving.
Yep.
And I'm going to be honest with you, your nipples are not hard.
That's right.
And she just took a star. She didn't get offended.
Nope.
She just took a star like, dang, how the fuck you doing this shit?
Right. Right. Game
So
recognizes game.
Oh, man, what you just said was true. Some real true shit.
Real talk. Appreciate the call, Carlton. Yeah, listen. So he's talking to a girl. He thinks he's running airtight game. She's not interested. He's like, listen, I know you're not interested. Well, why? Well, because your hands are still and your nipples aren't hard. She couldn't say shit because she knew he was right. Guys, girls know this stuff. Girls know this stuff. Unfortunately, most men do not. Let's go back to the phone lines. Area code 242. Area code 242. You're on live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Stefano from Nassau.
Stefano, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
Donovan, you're absolutely right. But some fellas, you will give them the manual and they would fail. I'm an excellent wingman. Remember I told you I'm a bouncer at a club.
That's right. That's right.
I would give dudes the drawing board, the playbook,
Yep.
and I'd be like, bro, approach that one. And niggas still would come
And
up
they
short.
still fuck it up, man. They still fuck it up, dude. Unbelievable, man. What is your experience?
And if you could touch her,
Mhm.
you could fuck her.
That's it. Listen, Stefano just nailed it. If you can touch her, you can fuck her. Girls who don't want to fuck you will not let you touch them. They can't do it. Just like I said, girls can't hide their arousal or lack thereof. If a girl wants to fuck you, she is going to she will actually say to herself, I don't want to let him touch because I don't want him to think I'm a slut. Dude, your hands will be all over. And she's thinking, why can I not let this dude not touch me? She can't help it. But a girl who knows she doesn't want to fuck you will, if you touch her, she'll cringe. She'll move away, close body language. She'll be looking the other way. Real talk, Stefano. I'll give you the last word, man.
I just love your content. That's all I have to say.
Appreciate it, man. Stefano in Nassau coming in here. He's a bouncer at a club. Stefano in Nassau. Good for listen, man. And again, listen. I don't want to say my detractors, right? I don't want to say my detractors, but a lot of guys that are skeptical of this kind of game, I get it. I understand. Listen to the phone calls, guys. Go on message boards. Go to PUA blogs. They will tell you this stuff. They will absolutely, positively tell you this stuff every time. Every single time. Let's go back to the phone lines. Let's go to area code 443. Area code 443. You're on Live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Donovan. This is Scott from Baltimore.
Scott in Baltimore. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Hey, I'm only calling because you said it could be a little off topic.
Sure,
if you
go ahead.
wanted it to be on topic, I would have. Cool.
Okay.
There's not another person in this world that could answer this question for me other than you. Well, someone could answer it, but I wouldn't want anyone to.
Okay, all right.
So, about a year ago, I was dating this hard to deal with 18-year-old girl who didn't really come into her own yet as far as understanding what she was worth.
Like the power of her pussy.
Right, like she could kind of tell, but she was still like a super emotional young girl, and I was just like, I'm gonna pound this until I can.
Until she catches on, right?
And it's funny because I wasn't even red pill aware at the time, but I knew that intuitively. I was like, but whatever. So we dated for about a year, and at some point in the relationship, like every relationship that I'm in, I completely lose all attraction for this girl.
Right.
And I know it's normal.
Of course.
I am at this point masturbating with her pussy, and I'm like, if she talks to me, I'm disgusted.
Sure.
But at the same time, I don't want anyone else to fuck her because she's 18. You know how it
Right,
goes.
of course. You get territorial behind that, right?
Right. At some point in the relationship, and I only thought about this recently, I totally blocked this out of my memory. At some point in the relationship, she told me she was pregnant. And she's always been on birth control. No baby. I have no kids. Oh, we're all good. We're not dating anymore.
Oh, okay. All right.
But she told me she was pregnant at some point in the relationship. And I was like, oh, fuck. But, I didn't really know what to do at the time. I was like, you're aborting this thing. Like, that was my stance. I was never like, oh, do what you want. I was like, if I have a say in this, the baby's dead. Like, that's how I felt.
Right.
And that's
I
what I
understand.
didn't say it in those vulgar terms.
Sure. But you didn't want to be trapped, right?
Right.
Okay.
And she's 18. She didn't want to have a baby either. Anyway, I bought her pregnancy test. I bought her a bunch of stuff. She said they came up positive. And then one day, and she had told her family, at least her mother, about this. And then one day, she went to the hospital. She said, "Now, I don't have confirmation on all this shit. Like, this is just from what she said."
Right.
And she said the baby, she's not pregnant. And I was just wondering, like, what could that mean? Like,
okay, let me ask
as far
you.
as, like,
No, I understand. Let me ask you a couple questions here. Number one, did you ever see a positive pregnancy test? Yes or no?
I can't remember.
That means no, right?
I
And
can't
that's
remember.
listen. No. That's okay. It probably means no. And again, dude, don't feel bad. There's no need to feel bad about this, Scott, because girls are very, very good at doing this, especially young, hot girls. Let me ask you another question. Did her mother ever talk about her pregnancy? You said she told her family, at least her mom. Did her mother or anybody she know ever talk about her pregnancy?
Her mother called me.
Okay, and what was that conversation like?
I was like, "Listen, whatever happens," because I am financially stable.
Sure.
I mentioned, like, "Listen, I can take care of this baby. Like, physically, I can take care of this baby.
Sure.
Do I want to? Absolutely not. Your daughter's 18 years old. I know she doesn't want to have this baby. At least in my head, that's what I said to her." And she was like, "Oh, what the fuck are we going to do? What the fuck are we going to do?" And I was like, "Listen, if I have to, I'll take care of the baby." But I was kind of hinting towards, like, "Please don't ruin my life.
Sure.
Get this bitch to the hospital."
Right.
So
okay.
yeah, we did talk about it.
Okay, so you actually did talk to her. And as you guys can see, by the way, in honor of my guy Stefano, Stefano, that dude has absolutely airtight pimp game. He's a lot like, and forgive me here, Scott, just give me just a few seconds here. He actually has the same kind of knowledge that Big Brandon does, simply because he's in these situations. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to offer the audio version of How to Master the Game at 40% off today only. Promo code Stefano40, STEFANO 40 in honor of Stefano in Nassau for calling up, dropping, and verifying that game. So that's How to Master the Game. I'm going to put the link in the description. I'm also going to put it in the chat. How to Master the Game, the audio version. I'm going to give this away for 40% off today only. Use promo code Stefano40, Stefano40. So let me continue here with Scott with this girl that was pregnant. Now, when she told you that she wasn't pregnant anymore, did she say, "Okay, I'm not pregnant anymore," or did she tell you that she had a miscarriage?
She told me that she got a blood test.
Okay.
At the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Because, of course, I was looking up everything at this point.
Sure.
Because I don't trust these hoes for a minute.
Good.
So I'm like all the specifics.
What
But
this
again,
comes
I don't
down
know
to.
this content.
So what
I'm not
this?
Like super.
Yeah. So what this? Hang on, Scott. So what this comes down to is you don't believe that she was ever pregnant. I think that's what we're getting at, right?
Well, I'm starting to believe that maybe it was a manipulation tactic, which at the time I would have never imagined in a million years.
Of course
like,
not. But now,
I mean,
but how
I
old
say
are
that
you now,
now.
Scott? How old are you now, Scott?
I'm 26.
You're 26. How long ago did this happen?
We broke up last year,
Mm-hmm.
and it probably happened about 4 months before then.
Okay, and now that you're
So about a year and 4 months.
Right. So now that you're red pill aware, you understand, Scott, she 100% lied to you. Get this, dude. Girls have miscarriages all the time, but young girls very rarely do. You want to know why? Because they're young. Their bodies are healthy. Dude, girls in their teens, teenage moms and moms who are young almost never have miscarriages. Yes, there are exceptions to the rule, but you knocked up a fertile 18 years old. She's going to carry that pregnancy to term. The fact that she didn't means she was never pregnant to begin with. Scott, you're going to have to watch out for this. Girls run this, and this is actually women of all ages, as a matter of fact. They run this gambit, right? They'll have unprotected sex with you, or they'll say, or they snuck up my birth control. They'll lie to you and tell you that they're pregnant, okay? They do this for one of two reasons. The first reason is to get money out of you. Okay, well, she's pregnant. I got to take care of her now, right? Got to make sure you're going to your prenatal appointments, blah, 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 blah. I got to set this up for you, set that up for you. Then, I'm not, I miscarried, whatever the case may be. Too late. You've already bought her a bunch of food and given her money and all this other kind of stuff to set her up. The second reason is to actually get pregnant, right? So a girl will tell you, hey, guess what, Scott? I'm pregnant, right? And what will happen is you'll be like, all right, well, fuck, my life is over, but she's pregnant. Shit, I may as well go ahead and fuck her raw. I can't get her any more pregnant. Then you actually do get her pregnant, right? And then she has oh, well, you know what? I'm 2 or 3 months along. Oh, well, looks like the doctor said the baby's going to be a little bit late, right? And the girl always makes sure you miss the appointment where the doctor pinpoints the date of conception. And the reason she does that, Scott, is because she doesn't want you to know that you knocked her up after she told you that she was pregnant the first time. Girls do this all the time. Scott, I need you to go to a website for me. It's called fakeababy.com. Yes, this exists. Fakeababy.com is a quote-unquote gag gift website where women can go and buy things like positive pregnancy tests, ultrasounds, okay, pregnant bellies, fake pictures, fake doctor's notes, fake blood tests, fake everything. Everything on that website. If a girl can buy anything on that website and trick a man into thinking that she is pregnant with his child. This girl is 18 years old, so she's probably not aware of it. And the reason why is because she's 18 and hot. At that point, she understands, okay, well, listen, I'm young and hot. Men are going to believe what I tell them in the first place. So I said all that to say this, Scott. If a girl tells you that she is pregnant, you go to CVS, Walgreens, wherever you got to go, any drugstore, Rite Aid here in Philly, right? You go to the drugstore, you get 2 pregnancy tests. Make her take it twice in front of you. You need to see the pee come out of the vagina or the pee hole. I know those are 2 different holes. You need to see the pee come out from between her legs and splash onto the stick. Okay? Because I had one girl who tried to fake a pregnancy. I went to fucking CVS, got 2 pregnancy tests, made her take them both, failed both pregnancy tests. So never, ever, ever believe a woman when she tells you that she's pregnant. I'll give you the last word, Scott.
Yeah, so, I mean, once I started listening to your content, which is amazing, by the way, I really appreciate what you're doing.
Of course.
I started to think, like, that doesn't add up. Like, something doesn't add up. Like,
right.
Now that I realize the true nature of women and, lies and deception are pretty much part of the game. I still don't understand necessarily why she did it, but I have a feeling it was because I was so emotionally not there for her that she wanted just some spark of emotion.
Yeah, that could
from
be it.
me or see what I would do.
Yeah, listen, some girls fake pregnancies for many reasons, Scott. They fake it for money. They fake it to actually get pregnant. Sometimes they fake it to make the guy actually give a shit about her and her well-being. Like if you're a high-value guy and girls know that you're sport fucking your way around whatever city, Baltimore, the city that you're in, she sees that you don't really give a fuck about her, right? And girls subconsciously, and it's weird how they do this, but subconsciously they want you to give a fuck about them. So what do? They cook up some story to make you give more of a fuck about them. My mom died. My dad has cancer. My friend is sick. I'm pregnant. Any sort of tragedy, any sort of life-changing thing that they can think of to make you appear to give more of a shit. 9.5 times out of 10 this backfires, but that doesn't stop girls from trying it out anyway. Thanks for the call, Scott. Appreciate that. MLD, if you are in the chat, let me know. Let me know. MLD, if you are in the chat, I need you to let me know if you are in the queue. All right, let us go back to the phone lines. Let's go to area code 214. Area code 214, you're on Live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Don, this is Steve from Dallas. Can you hear me?
Steve in Dallas, yes, sir.
I wanted to get back to the topic you were discussing. So, one thing I wanted to add is normally if a woman really has interest and wants to let you fuck her,
yep,
they will always put themselves in your line of sight, your line of vision.
That's right.
You're at the club, for some reason she walks by your line
all
of vision
the time.
You're
like, dude, you turn one way at the bar and she's over there. You turn around and it's the same bitch, dude. You walk out onto the dance floor. You look out of the corner of your eye, there she is. You're on your way to the bathroom, she's coming out. Wait, what? Then you come out of the bathroom, she's on her way in. Dude, 100% right, Steve. If a bitch at the club or the bar really wants to fuck you, everywhere you look, she's going to be. That is not a coincidence, gentlemen. That is by design. Very, very good, Steve. Very good. I'll give you the last word, man.
Hey, and it works everywhere. Whether you're at work,
Yep.
if the same stripper at the strip club keep walking past you through,
Straight up.
Indicator. Just that's all.
Straight.
That's all, Don. You do great work, man. Love you.
You the man. Steve in Dallas dropping that rock solid red pill game. Yeah. If a bitch at the club really wants you to smash, if she's at the bar, at work, wherever, she always makes sure that she is in your line of sight. She wants to make sure that you have the opportunity to get eyes on her. And here's another sneak tip. And this is not at the bar or the club. When a woman is trying to get your attention, when she's trying to get your attention at a place other than the bar or the club, what she'll do is she'll make these grand gestures. She'll start to talk a little bit louder. She'll start to be a little bit more animated. She does this so that you glance over and look to see who it is. Little next level game there for you, too. Celenino with the €5 super chat, €5 super chat. He says, how many times have you hit the clubs and practiced game before you got to this level experience? Sounds like years of work. Celenino, dude, honestly, man, honestly, I've probably been to the club 150, 200 times, man. Like, easily. Celenino, I spent over 3.5 years in Las Vegas after I was financially set. My real estate properties are doing good. I had a good property manager. I spent 3.5 years hitting the street 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day just doing cold approaches in Vegas, man. And every Monday, let me think, every Monday, Friday, and Saturday night. 3 nights a week. 3 nights a week, I was at the club. 3 nights a week, I was either at the club or the bar. Senior Frogs. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I was somewhere where there was drinks, alcohol, booze. Now, later on in that 3.5 years, I don't want to say towards the end, but towards the pinnacle of my success, I spent a lot more time at strip clubs than I did at bars or clubs because I had an in with a strip club and I wasn't looking to fuck bar bitches or club bitches. I wanted to fuck strippers. And I was very fortunate to be able to do that. But yes, it took years and years. It took almost 4 years of work. Celenino, I made this my full-time job. So yes, to get this level of experience, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of practice. A lot of practice. Area code 916. Area code 916. You're on live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, this is Carlos in Northern California.
Carlos in NorCal. What's up, brother?
I wanted to tell you what you're saying is the truth about the girls' bathroom stalls, man. That
Yes,
shit
sir.
is true. I've been had the door knocked on when I was in there with it actually happening. It is the truth.
Hell yeah.
Go
And
to
they
the
don't,
girls' bathroom.
and bruh, they don't never be surprised, right? Like you're in there getting your dick sucked and listen, it's loud. You're like, ooh, fucking suck my cock, this and that and the other. You come out, there's girls around when you come out from getting your dick sucked. They look at you like you're just another
Totally,
bitch.
dude.
It is 100% normal. Real talk.
Absolutely. Fucking crazy. And the mother hens, that shit is real too. That's
Yes, sir.
why it's called taking one for the team, because she's usually ugly and she's usually the driver.
Yes. She's the one that's not getting fucked up.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go, man. I just wanted to say that. That shit's fucking real. Go to the girls' bathroom.
Absolutely. Appreciate that. Carlos in Northern California co-signing on the fact that if you are going to get a club bathroom blowjob, don't get it in the men's bathroom. Get it in the women's bathroom. Guys like to stand around. Listen, I've gotten my dick sucked in the men's bathroom. Like you go in there by yourself. It's just you and her. You get in a bathroom stall. You come out. All of a sudden, there's like 16 different niggas. You're like, God damn. All of a sudden, everybody's got to take a piss. All of a sudden, huh? God damn. Like none of y'all. You don't even. Like I didn't see half y'all niggas in here to begin with. Like y'all ain't even here at the club. I thought I saw you across the street at Burger King. Now all of a sudden you're in here. Nope. Dudes don't know how to act when a dude is getting his dick sucked. Girls in the club bathroom, perfectly normal. And the reason why they know it's perfectly normal is because they've been on their knees in a stall giving dudes head. That's how this works. Let us go to area code 469. Area code 469, you're on live at Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
What up, Donovan? It's Doug from Dallas.
Doug in Dallas. What's up, bro? Oh, Dub in Dallas. What's going on, man?
What's up? Yeah, I hate I missed the beginning of the show, but heard it. You can speak off topic.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, it's ran into this girl at the bar, cold approach, got her number. She got 2 kids, 2 different baby daddies, and now come today, she up here texting me, she's trying to put more value on what she actually is.
Okay.
So of course I go right to you. I'm like, okay, what would Donovan do?
Okay.
And then she's like, so what are your intentions with me? I'm like, well, I approached you because I was physically attracted to you. I let you know off top, I'm not looking for no relationship.
Right.
So she says, I'm not necessarily looking for that, but we can't be friends and hang out. I'm like, no. Why is a heterosexual male gonna be friends with a girl that we're both got a mutual attraction? I'm like, you're trying to string me along to get me to do your will. So I was like, look, I know you can find that beta. That beta is out there for you. But I just wanted to thank you because it's like you doing nothing but speaking truth, giving men back their game, giving them back the power.
I got you. Listen, let me hit you with this, Dub in Dallas. That interaction with you, and I'm glad that you didn't allow her to get over on you, but there was too much talking there, right? Like, you both knew what was happening. There's no need to have a conversation with it. So if a girl asks you, what are your intentions, right? That is a shit test, and it's not a good shit test. This means that she's looking for a reason not to fuck you. This doesn't mean you can't fuck her, but when a girl says, what are your intentions? Again, she knows why you approach. Why else do men talk to women? We talk to women to fuck them. Women know this. So when a woman says, hey, what are your intentions? What she's forcing you to do is to do one of two things. Either A, say, well, listen, my intentions, I don't want to do anything with you. I just want to talk, right? Or B, tell her, hey, I'm trying to fuck. Either way, she gets you to sort of reveal your hand. And the reason she wants you to reveal your hand is so that she doesn't have to broach the topic of sex. She doesn't want to have to tell you, hey, I'm not looking to have sex with you. So she makes you do it so she doesn't have to. In the future, Dub in Dallas, if you're talking to a girl and she says, or if you get a girl's number and you guys are texting back and forth and she says to you, well, what are your intentions with me? You know what she's saying? My intentions? Well, I want to get married and listen, my intentions with you, I want to marry you and have 8 kids. Let's start tonight with the kids and leave it at that. That's how that goes. Dub in Dallas, appreciate that. Yeah, dude, never, ever, ever let a bitch, well, what are your intentions with me? The fuck do you think my intentions are? Right? The reason why girls ask you what your intentions are is to put a buffer between you and them. They know why you're talking to them, guys. You're a heterosexual male. You're talking to her because you want to fuck her. She knows this, but she doesn't want to tell you. She doesn't want to go there because she doesn't want to bring up the topic of sex, because she knows if she brings up the topic of sex, she's thinking about sex. She knows that men know this. So what she does is she tries to put you in a position to show your hand, to either say, my intentions are not to fuck you, which is going to make you even less attractive, or you're going to tell her, my intentions are to fuck you, so at that point, she can just tell you, well, I'm not trying to fuck, right? That is a low-level shit test. What are your intentions with me? Well, to be honest with you, I'd actually start a compound. I'd like to have 15 kids, 3 wives and 15 kids. You put in an application, just completely, totally play with her. Do not feed into that. Do not feed into that. All right, let us go back to the phone lines. Looks like we have a caller who has blocked their number. Yeah, sorry there, buddy. Sorry, yeah. Apparently, whoever was on the line, probably a troll. And the reason I know this is because trolls only watch my show to troll me. They know they can't get me in the chat, so they try to call me from a blocked number. Listen, if you want to troll me, that's fine. We can cross swords, we can go head to head, but you're not going to block your goddamn number, coward. Oh, no. Never mind that you're already behind the shroud of anonymity in the chat. I don't know who you are, what you look like, what you sound like. You know everything about me. You know who I am, you know where I live, you know what I look like and what I sound like. If you're going to talk to me face to face, man to man, I'm going to have your fucking phone number, you fucking coward. Don't be calling me, don't be calling here with that coward ass shit. Blocking your goddamn phone number? Fuck that. Oh, no. No. My investment is you knowing who the fuck I am. Guess what? You need to put yourself out too there, coward. Nice try. If you're going to listen, you got 18 minutes to call, coward. You want to call up and cross swords, go head to head? You need to give me that goddamn phone number. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. Can't stand motherfuckers, man. I cannot stand cowards. I can't stand those dudes, man. All right, let's go to our main TSR club bouncer, my man, Big Brandon. Big Brandon, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
My man, Donovan. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. Just in here dropping this next level Red Pill game. What about you, man? Where you at?
Oh, man, I'm driving. I'm in Dallas. Man.
Oh, shit. Okay, good stuff,
driving
man.
and chilling. Hey, could you do me a favor, though, real quick?
What you got?
Could you tell me how you really feel about cowards?
Oh, my God, dude. I swear, man, this
Don't
is the
hold
thing.
back.
Man, I'm going to tell you what, dude. Like, when I really knew that I knew my show was taking off when I started to get trolls, right? That's when you know when people start to talk shit. All right, I'm doing something going somewhere. The trolls just got to the point where they were just overwhelming. So I said, all right, I'm going to do the member stuff. Then I got motherfuckers calling me up and trying to talk shit and block their and blocking their numbers. And I'm like, no. So I took away your anonymity by making you become a member if you actually want to say something. I open up the phone line. Do you want to block your number too? No, fuck that. If I'm going to invest in this show and invest by showing myself, no. I'm at least going to have your phone number. So if you call up and say some dumb shit, I can call your dumbass right back and be like, hey, dumbass, got your number. Stupid fucks, man.
Well, my doctor told me I was allergic to gluten, allergic to dairy, and I'm allergic to cowards since I was a kid.
Straight up. Man, listen, I feel a sneezing fit coming on now, man. I can't stand motherfuckers like that.
We got these corona cowards out here. That's what we got.
Oh my God, dude. We got we have like now it was 7 in PA yesterday. It's 9 today.
See? Freaking up. But what you were saying earlier, I was listening about the bathroom thing. You are correct. And the other reason why you take her in the girls' bathroom is because if you take her in the guys' bathroom, all she has to do down the road is say she didn't want to do it, and you forced her in there with other guys.
Ooh, I did not think about that. That's a very good. So what Big Brandon just said is the reason you don't want to get her to blow you in the men's bathroom is because she can tell you that you forced her in the men's bathroom, right? You can't go into a woman's bathroom unless you have another woman with you and they know what's going on there, but that's a very good point. I did not think about that.
Hey, your seatbelt mentality, Ray Phil aware. That's what you tell us. That's what we're doing here at Sharp University.
Sharp University or TSR Academy.
Also got an idea for Sharp University. I even figured out a mascot for our mascot.
All right.
Our mascot is real easy. It's a real easy mascot. I'm amazed that you didn't think of it. We're the Gamecocks.
The Gamecocks. I love it. Cockfighting. Gamecocks.
Yeah, we're the fighting Gamecocks.
The fighting cocks.
That's our mascot.
I'll have the University of South Carolina hat right next to Oregon State University, the Cocks and the Beavers. We'll go frat boy with it, right?
Hey, that'll be perfect. Oh, man. Hey, man, I enjoy the content. All my bouncer brothers out there that work alongside me at Club TSR.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? We got to keep it going, keep it growing. Gentlemen, you already know what I'm going to tell y'all to do. Like, comment, subscribe, share, because you sharing this could save a fellow brother's life.
Yeah. Hey, listen, man. I'm out here trying to save people, man.
Man, and you're doing a good job. Oh, another thing. You notice you're getting more calls from Dallas? I beamed your show the other day that you had on. Yeah. I beamed it at a strip club.
Oh, shit. Yeah, dude. I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've had 7 calls today, and you're the 4th call from Dallas.
Yeah, I beamed it at the strip club the other day from my phone.
Oh, okay, good. So maybe we'll have Cinnamon, Cocoa, and Midnight calling here pretty soon, huh?
It was before. It was an older episode, and I was setting up all the audio video. Yeah. And I'm like, well, I missed it, so let me plug this in and run it through all the TVs.
Wow. Holy shit. Honestly, a strip club is probably the only place that you can listen to my content and not get fired from your job.
Right. And it might sit up there and get the guy more laid without having to get more paid.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, we're trying to make it easy for dudes to get their dick sucked, man. That's all I'm trying to do.
And that's pretty much it, you know what I'm saying? Stack your paper, Get to the gym,
That's
get
right.
your finances in order, get your health in order, get your game down pat, and vet these individuals to become a quality woman. That's it.
I like it. The TSR listen, the University of TSR Gamecocks. I think that's definitely gonna stick. That's gonna be our new mascot.
Anytime, boss man.
Big Brandon, I appreciate the call. Dropping that. Listen, he is absolutely right. I had not thought about this element before. You do not want to get your dick sucked by a club slut in the men's bathroom. You don't want to do that. Number one, the reason I pointed out is because you're going to have a fucking audience, right? Like, I've never fucked in front of a group of people. I have fucked in front of other people, but I've never fucked in front of a dude. I have fucked in front of girls. That means there was a threesome, right? I've never had sex. I've never had sex in front of someone, and that someone who was watching was fully clothed. No. The only time I've ever had sex in front of someone is when I was involved in a threesome. And by the way, guys, threesomes are overrated. Threesomes are staunchly overrated. Dude, most of the time when you're fucking two girls at once, most of the time you're fucking one girl while the other girl's just sitting there playing with herself. It's really not, threesomes are not like they are in porn. Oh my God. I've had enough of them to know the difference, believe me. They're fun at first, but you know, the novelty, two naked chicks, you can stick your dicks in two different vaginas, but anyway, don't want to get off on too much of a tangent. Big Brandon, appreciate the call. Ace in Space with the $2 super chat says yesterday's show was empowering for all men. I appreciate that, man. Yesterday's show was a very, very, very good show. Had great calls and great content. Let's go back to the phone lines. Let us go to area code 571. Area code 571. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello?
Yes. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, hey, Donovan. My name is Prince. I'm from Miami. I'm out here in Atlanta, Georgia. How you doing?
Doing good, man.
Listen, I've been a long-time listener of yours, and I really, really appreciate your content. When I first got Red Pill, I used to work at a lot of strip clubs in Miami.
Okay.
Like Big Brandon. So I've been kind of listening to your content on and off for the last year and a half now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right. So what happens is since I've tried when I first discovered the Red Pill, I was probably Red Pill by like Sandman and
there you go.
Other Greg Adams and them.
Yep.
And I've always tried to do my own content, but you said something yesterday off topic about never ever try to produce content when you're in a Red Pill rage.
Ooh.
So I realized that because of that Red Pill rage, you're never going to be able to make the best content or understand the content that you're trying to produce.
Right.
Also, another question I had for you. I used to work in the strip club game for a long time, and I had retired out after I went through this little thing with the marriage and stuff like that, and then I woke up or whatever the case may be. But
right.
I really want some real solid game because I'm trying to infiltrate a club in Georgia that has all women managers and owners, basically.
Oh, wow. Are you kidding?
Do you have any advice for that?
Holy shit, man. So you mean to tell me the
in,
management, the DJ, the bartenders, it's an all-female staff? Is there a male bartender or DJ, or are they all women?
The only male is the DJ, but I'm pretty much the whole entire staff, including the strippers, besides the security, they're all women. They're all run by women. The door girl's a woman.
Mm-hmm.
All the bartenders are women. All the female managers are all women. All of them.
Man.
But I want to infiltrate the club because because the main general manager is a woman.
Okay.
But all the women have come to complain to me and tell me, hey, I wish you would try to come in and try to get into a management position because she's basically running the club into the ground.
Well, of course. I mean, that's what look, women are not suited to lead, least of all other women. Women will tell, dude, and you probably understand this too, Prince. Women hate working for other women. They don't like working for women. They like working for men. If you're now, God, I can't really advise you on how to infiltrate a club as if to rise through the ranks, as I've never worked at a strip club. But I will tell you this.
Right.
If you're looking to get friendly and familiar with everybody, including the staff, the key is the bouncers. The bouncers are literally the linchpin. They are literally the linchpin between you and getting an in with the club. If you are cool with the bouncers, you are cool with everybody, because the bouncers are the gatekeepers. The bouncers are the men who decide who comes into the club and who gets kicked the fuck out. The bouncers are the one. Yeah, the bouncers are the ones who enforce the no hands policy that may or may not be turned on or off depending upon a stripper's preferences. I'm sure you know about that. They are the keys. They are the gatekeepers. So my advice to you, I can't really advise you on how to infiltrate the club as if to rise through the ranks. But if you want to increase the odds of success of at least getting in good with the club and being a regular, dude, you got to grease the bouncers, man.
Got it.
Yeah,
Got
absolutely.
it.
Bouncers are absolutely the key.
Man, I got to tell you one thing, Donovan. Since I've been listening to your content, I really have got more of a handle on how to understand the dynamics of going out into the real world and just talking to people more often and being very open. Man, you have to listen. If you keep pushing this type thing, very soon that 5% of red pill knowledge is going to turn to 10% very soon.
I hope so, man. I hope so. It's I don't have much hope, but hopefully men like yourself. And again, just like Big Brandon says, and thanks for the call, Prince in Atlanta. Listen, like, comment, and share the video, guys. Like, listen, Prince is absolutely right. And when he says 5%, when I say 5%er, here's what I mean by this. Most men now have red pill awareness. Okay, and a lot of guys might be thinking, "Wait, most men have red pill awareness? We live in a blue pill world." No, there's a big difference between having red pill awareness and living the red pill life. Okay, the internet is vast. Everybody has access to the internet. Most people know who Rouge V is. Most people have heard of the red pill, right? But the men who live the red pill life, that's 5% of people who have red pill awareness, right? So if 100 people have red pill awareness, only 5 of those 100 people are actually living the red pill life. These are people that I like to call 5%ers. Who knows? Maybe it will get to 10%, but it's not going to get there if you guys don't like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate the call there, Prince in Dallas. Had a bit of a brain teaser there. Pimped Out Geese asked me why Mondays. So I talked about the fact that I used to go clubbing or bar hopping in Vegas on Mondays, Fridays, and Saturdays. This is very interesting. The reason why pizza joints, pizza chains, restaurants, or whatever always have their best coupons on weekdays, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, because they know they're not going to get much traffic, right? A hotel doesn't charge that much Monday through Thursday night. No, they charge a lot for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. They charge the most for the weekends because they know that most people are going to come and stay at the hotel on the weekends. Same with restaurants. You very rarely get a special at a restaurant for a weekend. There's never a, hey, come into Outback on a Saturday night and get 15% off drinks. No, they don't have to give you a discount because they know you're going to show up. Well, Vegas, for about a 6 month to a year stretch, there were all these clubs and bars that were having specials. Ladies' night, Monday night, right? Monday night, if you come dressed in, they had a white shirt night. I think at Dre's one time. Come dressed in a white button-down shirt, you get in free. There was all sort, dude. And of course, if you walk the Vegas Strip, there's fucking flyers anyway. There's flyers all around. But yeah, a lot of Vegas, and I haven't lived in Vegas since I left Vegas back in 16. So I haven't been there. I haven't been back there in 4 years, almost 5 years. But I know for a time they were really, really pushing the Monday night club lifestyle. And so I happened to be in Vegas during that time. And so I went to the club on Mondays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Very good question. Pimped Out Geese with the $5 super chat says, you've got me very curious about body language. Can you point a promising 5%er in a good direction of where to learn this stuff? Yeah. MLD's Body Language Mastery course is going to be releasing that towards the end of this month. Stay tuned. 914-205-5356. You have just under 4 minutes to get in the queue. Area code 973. 973, you're on Live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, it's Greg from New Jersey. What's up?
Greg, New Jersey. How you doing, man?
Hey, good. I actually had a question. So let's face it. I'm no Donovan Sharp. I'm just Greg from New Jersey.
Sure.
And I'll always be Greg from New Jersey.
Okay.
I am playing myself because I know my own strengths and weaknesses. Okay, so you teach me a lot.
Okay.
All right, and I will never knock that. But it's also like I'm learning about like my own strengths and weaknesses.
Okay.
So my strengths are like women. I don't ever understand this. Women like the smallest things, which is my hat that I always wear, my voice, which drops lower sometimes. It depends on what I do, and just it's either the way I dress or the way I sound.
Okay.
So my question to you is what other strengths should I have? I mean, I know like the finances, but like when you're making yourself, what other strengths should you look out for?
Yeah, man. The one strength that will separate you as far as women are concerned, because there are strengths that you need to build just because you should just be a better man for yourself. I assume you're talking about strengths to sort of separate yourself in a woman's eyes from other men. And this is, I don't know what I just said to get Siri all hot and bothered. There she goes. I said it again. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's either her or the echo thing. The one thing that will separate you from 97% of guys out there is the way you talk to them. Mm-hmm. When you talk to a woman, don't be afraid. Talk to her. And guys, this is for you guys too. If you pay attention to the way most men talk to most women, it's a very passive way, right? Not aggressive, just very passive. They seek permission, meager body language. They don't really make eye contact. If you can speak to a woman directly, look her in the eye, don't be intimidating, but be very domineering. That's the first step. Step number 1A is call her out on her bullshit. Disagree with a woman, Greg. If you disagree, listen, people never disagree with women, ever. If you disagree with a woman, you're going to get her attention. Whoa, wait a minute. He just disagreed with me. So, for example, I just love going down to Cancun for blah, 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 blah. Nah, I don't really like Cancun. I disagree. Just
90 seconds.
I disagree. I don't really like Cancun. Yeah. Oh my God, why not? The drinks are overpriced. Too many Americans. Blah 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 blah. Doesn't matter what reason you give. If you disagree with a woman, you are going to separate yourself from most men. Women never get disagreed with. No. But if you're the guy who disagrees with her, now you really have her attention. He disagrees with me. Maybe and again, this is subconscious, right? He disagrees with me. I wonder what other things about him that are different from most guys.
Yeah, no, understood. I mean,
60
seconds. Man, we've talked a long time, so you know, I'm a nerd and a dork, so you realize that I just disagree with everything that most people say anyway.
Well, there you go.
I mean, yeah, we we have things we agree to disagree on, but I respect the hell out of you, Donovan, and I thank you, man.
Absolutely. Greg in New Jersey, appreciate the call. Yeah, I've been told that I'm a disagreeable person, right? I don't disagree. I don't know. It's just sort of a natural thing that I have. I just don't I have sort of a shoot first, ask questions later. I don't know. I don't know if it's good or bad, but I know that I'm a very disagreeable person. I'm not the kind of person who just nods in a conversation. No. I really think about what the person, no, wait a minute. No, I disagree with that. No. It's like this. I don't know.
10 seconds.
Even sometimes in the chat. And don't worry, callers, if you're in the queue, you'll get on the show. Every once in a while, even with chatters I like, and they'll say something, and my instinct is just to disagree. I don't know. Who knows? Let me give my shout-outs to my members before we go back to the phone line. Shout-out to Tom Brokaw, Terrence B., Bird Prey 1, Kenneth Christmas is in the house as it's time for class. I'm ready. Good to see you in here. King Marquise made a very good comment yesterday. Matt Vasquez, Michael C., good to see you guys in here. Pimped Out Geese, of course. Vocal Observer is in the house. Looks like one of my cats have come into the studio here. Denny Arnold says, I'm going to get your program as soon as I get a few paychecks under my belt at Modern Life Dating. So he's looking forward to MLD's Body Language Mastery course. NYKia 31 is in the house. Says, oh man, once body contact is made, it's all in from there. Straight up. Modern Life Dating says, so many guys deny body language. Why the hell would the CIA, FBI, NSA, and military invest in body language training? He's right. He's 100% right. Tom Brokaw says, shit sounds like a porn scene. Tom Brokaw says he can go to any bathroom he pleases these days, man, woman, or other. Yeah, right? Listen, I identify as a woman. I'm going to use the woman's bathroom. BK from the Rockies is in the house, one of the TSR OGs. And, of course, Ace in Spades. Good stuff. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Knock out these last few callers. Area code 646. 646, you're on live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, I'm Valentina.
Valentina, how you doing? Where are you calling from, Valentina?
I'm good. I started listening to you a couple months ago, and I wanted to find out, like, for example, you said that, well, not you said, but everybody's saying the same thing, that, black women are not really desirable. I was wondering, how can we change that?
Yeah, it's really quite simple.
What do you think?
No, listen, you ask a very good question. It's really quite simple, and I'm going to preface it with this. The reason why black women are at the bottom of the sexual totem pole has absolutely nothing to do with the way they look. Person for person, woman for woman, body-wise, an in-shape black woman can absolutely corner the market on any race of man. And listen, I'm not just saying that. It's true. Black women that are in shape, they have the best bodies. They have the biggest, they've got the biggest tits. They've got the most shapely asses, right? They've got the hourglass figure. Black women are curvy when they're in shape. They are curvy in a good way. If they would just take care of themselves, they could corner the market on black men. They could absolutely do that. So to answer your question, this is actually two very simple things, Valentina. For black women to increase their sexual market value and become the preference of more men than just black men, lose weight, be feminine. That's it. There are some hot black women in this world, hot black women in this country that aren't very feminine, right? And it doesn't really matter what your race is. If you're a white girl, Mexican, Cuban, whatever the case may be, if you're not feminine, dudes aren't interested. Now, dudes might want to fuck, right? But if you're not feminine, they're not really going to want anything outside of just fucking you. So if I assume that you're a black woman, that's why you asked. So if you're asking me, Donovan Sharp, what are some ways that black women can increase their standing in the sexual market value? Lose weight, be feminine. That's it. And listen, I had to apply this to myself. I was a fat ass and I wasn't very masculine. Guess what? I lost the weight and I became a man. That's how that goes. I'll give you the last word, Valentina.
Well, because I was talking to this person and he said, you're a nice girl and everything, but if you lose the weight, you'll be really bad. And I didn't understand what that term meant because, I'm not American.
Sure.
You'll be bad if you lost the weight.
Yeah, when he
so
says...
I said to myself, I think I'm going to...
Well, when he said bad, Valentina, he meant bad in a good way. Like, and thanks for the call. If you lose the weight, you be bad. That's what he means. When he says bad, he means hot, attractive, etc., etc. Tom Brokaw says black women also age better. Yes, right. Exactly. Dude, the saying is true. Black don't crack. But dude, my mother is, how old is she? What is this? 2020. She was born in 59. My mother is 61 years old. She'll turn 61 years old this year. She doesn't look a day over 45. And I'm not kidding, guys. Black don't crack. Black women age better. They've got the best bodies. All they got to do, I don't want to say it this way because it's really not that easy, but just be feminine. Ladies, black women, quit listening to Tyler Perry, Oprah. Quit listening to Steve Harvey. Quit listening to Derek Jackson. Don't listen to those guys. Don't listen to men who would never date you, right? This is a problem that all women have. They're taking relationship advice from men who don't date the kind of women they're telling them to be. Derek Jackson tells them, it's okay if you're a single mom. Single moms for grown men only. Thick is fit. Big is beautiful. Well, last I checked, Derek Jackson has two kids by two white girls. And I think he's married too. And I don't know, but she might be black. I think she's light-skinned, not fat, not a single mom, right? Ladies, stop taking relationship advice from men who would never sleep with you. Okay? Stop taking your cues. And guys, it's the same thing. Stop taking advice from women that would never sleep with you. It goes both ways. Thanks for the call, Valentina in New York. Area code 917. 917, you're on live with Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
What's going on, Donovan? It's Sanchez from the Tri-State.
Sanchez from Tri-State. What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
What's going on? I was just calling in for the last one of your callers about the faking the baby thing. That happened to me too. And my only advice is you got to follow through on everything. Don't take their word for nothing.
Yes.
So my situation was she came. I was in college at the time, and I just met her on the street. So
Okay.
she was impressed that I was in college. I was smart. She was really impressed by me or whatever. So she really wanted to be with me. So I didn't want to be with her. So one day she shows up, knocking at the door. Oh, I'm pregnant. Sticking her stomach out. Mind you, I only knew her for like 4 months. And
Wow, sticking her stomach out. I'm pregnant.
Stomach out. Oh my God. So I said, all right, cool. So and like you said, she had papers and everything. It blew my mind because that was before the internet. That was before the internet was big. That's around like 2003. I was in college and shit like that. So
damn.
So she had paperwork and all that, and it blew my mind. Like, yo, how did she get this paperwork, right? So it blew my mind. So I said, all right, cool. So what's up? What you want to do? She's like, just give me $300 for the abortion. I said, okay.
I've heard that before. I've heard that before. Yep.
Right. So she said, give me $300 for the abortion. I said, I'll meet you at the place.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Cool, right? So cool. So it's like a Saturday morning. I wake up early and go drive way out. I had to go way out to the abortion place. I didn't care. I wasn't giving her that $300. I was in college. I didn't even have it.
Hell no, you had that kind of money. Fuck that.
So I'm like, listen. So we show up to the place. And we walk. She's there. I'm like, oh shit, she might be pregnant, fucking around out here.
Yeah,
so
right.
We walk into the place. I'm like, I'm going to the end with this because I know she's fucking around. So
right.
We're in there. It's so depressing in there. It is so depressing. There's everybody in there, and you know what everybody's in there for. They're about to kill something.
Yes.
So we're like, I'm in there like, damn, this bitch got me in here on a Saturday morning. She better be pregnant.
You know what I'm saying?
So we're sitting there. So we're sitting there. Now it's her turn. Her turn is baby next. So the person in front of her goes. Next thing I see, she jumps up and storms out. I don't want to do this anymore. I said, whoa. I said, whoa. Why not? Why not? You want to do this? I don't want to do this anymore. I said, get the fuck out of here. You ain't pregnant. Got in my car and drove off, bro.
Damn. See, she went all the way with it. But something that you just pointed out, Sanchez, and I actually missed this reason when I was talking to Steve in Baltimore, because he asked it, Sanchez. He said, well, why would a girl do this? I gave my 2 reasons. Reason number 3 is to get money about you. Hey, I'm pregnant. Okay. Well, I need $300 for the abortion. If a bitch needs to pay her rent, dude, how many pregnancies have women faked to pay the rent, right? If she tells you she's pregnant, and check this out, guys. This is next level game here. And Sanchez, I appreciate the call because that's next level game there. If a girl you're fucking tells you she's pregnant between the 27th of the month and the 5th of the next month, it's for the rent. I'm trying to tell you, I'm pregnant. Oh, that wouldn't have anything to do with the fact that your rent is 3 days past due, would it? Girls never fake pregnancies in the middle of the month, guys. They don't fake pregnancies in week 2 or week 3. No. They fake pregnancies right around the time their rent is due, right around the time their car note is due. These bitches are grimy out here, man. I'm trying to tell you. Appreciate the call, Sanchez, putting everybody up on game. Gas All-Stars with the £5 super chat. He says, the game ain't the same. Settings already on legendary mode thanks to social media and simps, fatties, and single mums acting like 10s. Salute from London. Valentina Valentine with the $5 super chat. Just talked to her on the phone. Said, thanks again, Donovan. I took his advice and lost 65 pounds. I'm not 235. I have a long way to go. Keep losing that weight, Valentina. Keep losing that weight. Appreciate the super chat. Appreciate the call. Let's go to area code 641. Area code 641. You're on Live at Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Joe, and I had a missed call from this number.
Oh, God. You had a missed call from this number, Joe? Yeah. Nice try, Joe. Nice try. He couldn't even pick what tipped me off as soon as he said his name was Joe, right? Like, come on. You got to be creative. If you're gonna try to troll me, you got to pick a better name like Kyle. Joe, you almost had me, except for you used the name Joe, right? My name is Joe. I had a missed call from this number, but you stayed on hold for 22 minutes. Come on, man. Come on, dude. Listen, if you're going to get me, if you're going to catch me off guard, you got to make it that first line. The last guy who got me, it was a guy named Nick in Indiana. He said, hey, Donovan. I was like, yeah, what's your name? Where are you calling from? Yeah, this is Nick in Indiana. I was wondering what your opinion was on African-American studies. I said, well, African-American studies? He said, niggerology. And then he hung up the phone. Hey, man, touche. Nick in Indiana got me. He got me, right? But don't call me up talking about my name is Joe. I had a missed call from this number. Joe, call me from a different number. Call me from a different number. You got to try. Listen, I'll give you another chance. But come on. Call me from a different number, right? Pick a non-generic name. Joe. Ay. Bramblebush with the $5 super chat says, have you ever heard of a woman faking a DNA test? No, I have not, but I would not put it past them. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do an internet search right now. Give me 1 second. Fake a DNA test for pregnancy. I'm just Googling this right now. Wow. Unbelievable. Fake. Oh my fucking God. Dude, first thing that comes up, guys, fakeababy.com. You know what? I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share my goddamn screen, y'all. Listen, this is too good to be fucking true. Or too good to be true. You cannot make this stuff up, guys. You can't make it up. Unbelievable. Oh my God, this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Look at this. Look at this. Look at your screen, gentlemen. Look at your screen. Fakeababy.com. Look at this. This is fakeababy.com. April Fool's Day. And listen, while I have it up, I may as well go ahead and let everybody see this. Do you guys see what's on your screen? Fake news. Look at this. DNA match test kit. April Fool's Day prank personalized fake DNA test. Oh, it's on sale. It's on sale, ladies. $24.99. Normally, you have to pay $30 to fool a man into thinking that the DNA test is real. They're going to give you $5 off. Oh, look at this. So, oh my God, you can for an extra $1.99, you can have a copy of the document emailed to you. And by the way, they say do not use a Yahoo email address. Holy shit. And then for another $1.99, it says add a security hologram to my document. What? Wow. So for an extra $2, oh, you gotta be kidding me with this. This is unbelievable. Joe Smith says, you thought the name Joe was generic? Check my first and my last, and yeah, that's my real name. Yeah, my bad, Joe. My bad. You'll understand. Hey, listen, I appreciate the $5 super chat. I get a lot of trolls, but appreciate the super chat, Joe. I don't get them all right. My bad. But dude, like, you can pay an extra $2 to get it looking like it's even more authentic. You guys can't make this stuff up. Personalized fake DNA test. Look at this. This is the best gag for the use during birthday parties. Who the fuck is using this as a gag gift? Unbelievable. Look at this. With this DNA test kit, or this fake DNA kit, you can pretend the mailman is the father of your child, pretend your significant other is not the father or mother of your child, pretend your sister was adopted by disproving her blood. You see all this smokescreen they're trying to put up here? You see what they're trying to do here? What they're trying to do is they're trying to paint all of these crazy scenarios, these gag gift scenarios. Oh, pretend the mailman is the father of your kid. Ha 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 ha. Pretend your significant other is not the father or the mother. Nah, The only reason why bitches are buying this fake DNA kit is to fool a man into thinking he's the father. Ain't nobody trying to pretend the mailman's the father of their kid. Pretend the mailman is the father of your child. Translation: pretend any man is the father of your child, including your significant other. That's what this is. Look at this, guys. How does this joke work? It asks. This order includes a DNA collection test kit, cotton swabs and test tubes, a DNA match certificate, and a DNA mismatch certificate. To execute this joke, collect DNA samples with cotton swabs as directed by the kit instructions, then pretend to mail the test tube samples to the laboratory, but you can secretly throw all that stuff away. After 7 or more days have passed, pretend you received the DNA test results from the lab. Then reveal either 99.9% match document or the 99.9% mismatch document to joke your victims, each of which both names of the people are tested. Oh my God, this is funny. So they're telling you, well, you can pretend he's not the father or he is. Dude, nobody's using this to make somebody think they're not the father. Oh my God, dude. Look at this. This is funny. Most orders ship the same day. This is funny. Look at this. Most orders ship the same day. Priority and express shipping comes with a tracking number emailed to you. Let me ask you something. If this was such a gag gift, if this was just no big deal and it's all for shits and fucking giggles, why do they offer same-day shipping? Why do they offer priority and express shipping? If you're just doing this for some gag gift, what the fuck is it so urgent for? Oh, I know. Because you just told your man that you were pregnant and now you need to prove it to him. This is unbelievable. While we're here, let's go to fakeababy.com. Oh, look at this. Listen, I've told you guys about this before. Look, custom ultrasounds, a fake silicone baby. Look at this. Look at this fake ultrasound maker. Look at this. Look at that. A fake ultrasound, gentlemen. Fake ultrasound. Listen, I tried to tell you guys. Look who's preggers. Look at that. A fake DNA test. Look at this. Oh, here's the lab results. Let's take a look at this. Look at that. These are actual. Look how official this stuff looks, man. Look at this. Look at this. Dude, I'm gonna tell you what. I Bramblebush. I would never have guessed it. I would never have fucking guessed it, dude. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. Look at this. Look at this. Look at these fake ultrasounds. Look at this. Oh my God, dude. Oh, Jesus. Oh, there's a fake pregnancy test. Oh my God. This is dude, listen, man. I tried to tell you guys. Man. That's how it is out here in these streets, man. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. That's actually funny. Look at this. How to fake ultrasounds. Oh my God. Wow. I told you guys, there really is. Listen, you guys saw the extent of the website. Ay. Oh my God, dude, fake DNA tests. Dude, I hadn't even thought of that. And I'm Donovan fucking Sharp. Michael Goodlet with the $5 super chat says, when handling abortions, always go with her and pretend you care. Never give a woman cash in her hand ever. Big ups to the other caller. Yeah, I've unfortunately have been to an abortion clinic one time in my life, and that was with my sister. That was not a good experience. Not a good experience at all. But yes, never hand these bitches cash for the abortion. Go with her. You go with her, just like Sanchez from the tri-state area said. Last call of the day, area code 610. Area code 610. You're on live at Donovan. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, my name is Chris from Jersey. Can you hear me okay? My phone's kind of broken. So.
No, you're good, man. I can hear you, Chris in Jersey.
All right, so sorry, I'm a little bit nervous, and I never know why. Because when you call in, you feel all, you're ready to go, and you got your questions ready. And as soon as you call in, for some reason, I'm nervous. Long-time listener, first-time caller. So,
nah, don't sweat it, man.
Yeah.
Don't sweat it. Go ahead. What you got, man?
Okay, so specifically since you're what I'm going to call a thinking black male in Philly, I have a particular question for you as someone from South Jersey near Philly.
Okay.
Sorry if this is whatever, but just I'm going to try and get it out with you short.
No problem. Go ahead.
I'm one of those people who, quote-unquote, growing up was called black but sounds white, right?
Right.
That's just what people have said, so I'm just using that terminology.
Sure.
Long story short, I'm 30 years old, and I got to be honest, I am technically a virgin as far as, like, intercourse is concerned, but I've done everything else before that.
Okay.
And the reason I ask your opinion is this. Since I've had, and there's times where I've studied pickup, for instance, I've had a lot of hookups and successes, right?
Okay.
But the main thing I'm thinking is, And when I moved to Philly, it was a real enlightenment too, because dealing, especially another reason I got higher into your content, because I was with a light-skinned chick and things went wrong. But when you said things, especially when you first person I heard from about not doing daytime dates, and she was heavy asking for the daytime dates, right? So,
right.
Shout out to you.
Yep.
I was especially encouraged to call in because the Asian guy yesterday.
Oh yeah, Anand from yeah, I think his name was Anand. He didn't want to be. He was from New York City, but yeah.
Yeah. So what I think is, and I had a church. I grew up in a church that was a little bit Christian cult-like, and we're heavy on telling you, scaring you away from sex, like you're going to go to hell, you're going to get pregnant the first time.
Right.
What I'm trying to get at is just because I'm mumbling, but I really need an answer because I've been studying this stuff heavy.
Okay.
Is it my mindset, and that all that Christian go to hell stuff is keeping me from closing? Like you just use a little bit of pickup terminology. So I've done, not to be crass, I've done everything else. Like when guys call in and talk about, like you did as well, talking about banging different chicks a night and doing all these things in the club. I'm like, well, I've been in the club and been almost there. What I'm trying to is it the race thing in this area? Is it the religion that made me scared to close? Or is it just raw skills, like more body language, more... All right, so go ahead. Sorry, I rambled.
No, that's okay. They're actually, the answer is all of those things, right? So number one is your game is just not tight enough. You're still relatively young. You're only 30 years old. You've just discovered the red pill. That's the first thing. Number two, I think I would agree with you that I think you have sort of a subconscious religious block. But now I'm going to go to number three. While the religious block subconsciously used to be a valid reason as to why you weren't closing chicks, it has now become an excuse. Right now, at this point, Chris, you're using your religious, because you're 30 years old. And I think you should know by now that if you have sex outside of marriage, you're not going to hell, right? I think you probably know and understand that. At some point, it just clicks in your mind that that's right. Exactly. So you just need to tighten up your game. But as a side note here, Chris, men don't lose their virginity. Okay. And again, this is sort of a PSA, public service announcement, guys. Men don't lose virginities. We don't have virgins. We don't have a hymen. I don't say, well, I lost my virginity at age 15 when I had sex with Allison Cook. That's the first girl I ever had sex with. I didn't lose my virginity to Allison Cook. No, the first girl I ever had sex with, her name was Allison Cook. So if you get yourself into that mindset, men don't have virginity. Males don't have virginities. Females do. You understand what I'm saying? So just get out of that mindset. So listen, you've never had vaginal sex, but you've probably had oral sex and all that good stuff. It is what it is. But yeah, I don't think it's the religious thing that's holding you back, at least not anymore. I think you just need to tighten up your game, man. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's why you're here.
Okay, and that's the thing. That's why I had to call you, because I'm like, okay, I was going to ask just in general about body language. I was like, wait a minute, this is another... black man, I think called thinking black male, one of intelligence moving forward. I'm trying to say, like, he's from Philly, I can ask these questions. Because when I think about it, each one of those is valid. Like, I know consciously that, like, obviously I'm not going to hell and all that. But things like the Me Too movement and all that, like, trigger the idea of fear. And I know these are different fears, but my mind is so used to being afraid of closing the deal that now my subconscious uses that as like, see, you can be afraid of this. That's the downside. On the other side, though, like the other callers, shout out to them that called up and said, man, I've had thousands of girls in the bathroom and thousands of things. I'm like, okay, well, that's proof that it's obviously not only possible, but like, not, I dare say abundant. Like, it's just a matter of, and that's why I also think it might just be skills. Because when you guys talk about body language, I'm like, wait, the one time I did hook up at least, I did notice she was moving her lips. They're like, skills like that. So
yeah, let me ask you something here, Chris. The first thing I'll tell you is I was born in Philadelphia. I've only lived in Philadelphia before I moved out here for the very first time. I'd only lived in Philadelphia for 3 months. For the first 3 years of my life, in August, September, and October of 1977, that's where I was born. I'm not technically, my entire extended family lives in Philly, but I've never ran game in Philadelphia. All of my, most of my game experience came in Las Vegas, Nevada. That's the first thing that I would tell you. The second thing that I'm going to tell you is what's happening here in your mind is paralysis by analysis. Chris, you're outthinking the room. You're like, well, maybe I'm afraid to close because of this, or maybe I'm not closing because of that. No, Chris, you're afraid to close because you're afraid of girls, and that's okay. That's why you're here. But let me ask you this. Yeah, let me ask you this. How tall are you? How much do you weigh?
All right, and I'm going to say thank you for this information because for real, that's why I listen to you and Steve the Dean because you'll tell us it's okay, but you also give us the gut punch so we actually grow. So thank you very much for that. So I'm prepared to be shot at, but here are my stats. I'm 6'2", around 205. Yeah, so...
Well, there you go. There's your answer.
Physically, there's not much to really complain about, so I will be dead up about that. So.
Yeah, exactly. And see, what you will find is when you get your body into the shape that you know it needs to be, your confidence automatically shoots up. Like, this is just how this works. You'd be surprised, Chris. When you get your body into shape, all of a sudden now your game is tighter. You can talk to girls more freely, more easily. That's how this goes. I say it all the time, and I know it's a cliche, but you change your body, Chris, you change your life. If you have the body that you know that you can have and deserve, provided you put in the work, you're not thinking about religion. You're not thinking about the fact that you're a black guy who talks like a white guy. You're not thinking about any of that stuff. And listen, for the record, I've always looked and sounded like this. I've never had trouble getting pussy. Okay? Dude, by the time I went off to college at High Point University, I had already fucked 20 girls. I had fucked 20 girls by the time I was 18 years old. No game to speak of. I was as skinny as a beanpole, black guy who sounded like a white guy. Even I got laid, right? Where I ran into trouble is when I started getting laid and being taken advantage of by girls. The rest is history, the red pill and all that. But what you have to be very careful of, Chris, you only really need to do two things. Don't outthink the room. Girls are not complicated. Girls are as simple as a cardboard box. They're not complicated creatures at all. Don't outthink the room. Just react. If you like a girl, talk to her. That's it. That's number one. Number two, you got to lose the weight, man. You got to get your body into shape. I'll give you the last word.
No, thank you very much for the info and the honest counsel, because that's one thing, slight Game of Thrones phrase there, but it's hard to find people that give you the whole honest truth, because people care about you say everything's okay and it's perfect, and it's like, no, it's not. Like, my friend is with 200 women, and I've kind of, like, finger messed with, like, some, you know what I mean? And then people that are just straight up, too rough about it won't give you the info. So thank you very much for the
real quick, Chris.
The clear and
Chris, before I let you go,
just to re-go over it. So I'm sorry.
Hang on, real quick. You said you were. Hold on, Chris. Chris. Hold on. Are you 6'1", 200 pounds? Is that what you said?
Around 6'2", and usually around 205 to 210. That's usually where I fluctuate.
How much do you weigh, Chris? How much, Chris, how much do you weigh right now?
Right now, about 206.
So you're usually about, Chris, you're not, listen, and I'm doing this because I like you. You seem like a good guy, but you're being dishonest with me, right?
Yeah.
You know exactly how much you weigh. You weigh more than 205. You do. Otherwise, you wouldn't tell me, well, I'm usually around 200, but right now I'm at 206. That doesn't make a big difference, right?
Let me step on the, and no BS, because like I literally have a scale here, so I'll step on it for you because I'm...
Chris is stepping on the scale. Listen, it's not, Chris, check this out. It's not about that, right? What it's about is just being direct. If you can't be direct with me, a man who's not going to bite you, you're not going to be direct with women, right? This isn't to say that you just answer every question that a woman asks you directly. Obviously there's much more there, but you can't beat around the bush with women, right? Don't beat around the bush with men. Don't beat around the bush with women. Women like men who are direct, men who look them in the eye, men who have an absolution about them. You can't be all over the map with what you're saying, and it takes practice, Chris. It takes practice. You're gonna have to work on it, but definitely work on being just more direct. Hey, Donovan, I'm 6'1" and I'm 238 pounds. I don't want to hear what you were. I don't want to hear how tall, what your weight is. No. The point is are you in shape? Yes or no? So just, again, just be very, very careful with that. Ace and Spades with the $2 super chat says, the first time I heard you, I thought you were white. Yeah. That's actually why. That's why I showed my face. Because I think my first 105 episodes were all on SoundCloud. By the way, SoundCloud has they've axed my account. I no longer have a SoundCloud account. Violation of terms of service. What else is new? But that's why I showed my face, because nobody believed I was black. So the very first time, episode 106, I said, hey, I'm Donovan Sharp, and as you guys can see, I really am black. So Woo, very, very good show today. Very good show today. Let me shout out my super chatters. Shout out to Mark Maddox, the newest member of TSR Towers on the YouTube side. Appreciate that. Celanino, Ace and Spades, Pimped Out Geese, Gas All-Stars, Valentina Valentine, I Bramblebush, Michael Goodlit, Joe Smith, who wasn't a troll. I thought he was a troll. And, of course, Ace and Spades. My thanks goes out to all of my callers. Carlton in D.C. I assume he's in D.C. because he's calling from area code 202. Shout out to Stefano in Nassau. By the way, thanks to Stefano, you guys can get 40% off the audio version of How to Master the Game. How to Master the Game, the audio course is 50% off. It's 50% less. It is literally half the price of the video course. I'm going to give you 40% off of that. Promo code Stefano40, Stefano 40, no spaces. Shout out to Steve in Baltimore. Steve in Baltimore, wrap your cock, man. Don't let these 18-year-old bitches, don't let these bitches out here fake pregnancies on you, brother. Steve in Dallas, shout out to you. Carlos in Northern California. Dub in Dallas. Big Brandon, drive safe out there. Prince in Atlanta. Again, Prince in Atlanta. Let me reiterate to you, my friend. If you're trying to get a strip club on lock, if you're trying to rise through the ranks, the bouncers are the key. The bouncers are the key. Greg in New Jersey, appreciate that. Shout out to Valentina in New York. Yeah, listen, lose that weight, Valentina. Lose that weight, and that'll make you bad in a good way. Shout out to Sanchez from the tri-state area, who never met a bitch that he would ever give cash to get an abortion for. And, of course, Chris from New Jersey. That is going to do it for this episode of TSR Live. I am anxious to hit those lanes. I think I'm going to take a dip in the hot tub. I need to loosen these muscles and get this party started. Drive safe out there, guys. Wrap your dicks. Send that morning after text. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.